Hey there, Papa's Posse. Don't forget about that QR code. Take you to my eBay, YouTube, and Instagram page.
Brace for factor.
Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Once again, it's time for Papa's Comic Books, coffee, and more. And today we have DC Comics, The Brave and the Bold present Batman and Mr. Miracle, number 128, 30 cents, back in 1976, the bicentennial year. Title of the story, Death by the Ounce, by Bob Haney and Jim Aparo. Now, don't forget, before we begin, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Let's see what's going on. You're both master escape artists, so free yourselves or be frozen to death in seconds. What weighs heaviest in men's eyes? Power, fame, gold, love, country. Yes, all of these, but sometimes even they can be unbalanced by the tiniest drop of evil, as Batman and his amazing ally, Mr. Miracle, find too late when they must measure up against death by the ounce. Water's rising fast, Batman. This aqualing can save only one of us, and we know who that must be. Gotham City, 1976, and the streets are like an armed camp. Steely-eyed snipers perch on rooftops. Roving squads flushed out every hiding place. And you can get Hostess cupcakes. Part 1, Vanish, the richest man in the world. While a grim gray-haired top cop gets a report. The entire city's covered, Commissioner. It better be. The world's richest oil ruler, the Shah of Karkan, arrives shortly to sign a crucial defense treaty with Uncle Sam. Our Cold War enemies would love to knock him off before the signing, to say nothing of assorted assassins and kooks. We must protect him. Where in blazes is Batman? The Shah's plane is due in 1 hour. Gotham's guardian. He's on a little security patrol of his own. No need to check this place, Batman. It's haunted. I used to flop here, but no more. Haunted, eh? Maybe I better have a look-see. As Batman enters the West Arena, abandoned because of unsafe sinking foundations. Up there, somebody being dropped in a sack. Via Batrope, the Caped Crusader swings upwards with lightning speed and thunk. Like hitting a rock. Next, instant. Arms like iron bands encircle him. Oh no, the sack toppling off. Like a stone, it drops toward the arena floor. Over 100 feet below. Down it plunges as miraculously the human form ensnared inside starts to fight free. And, like some bright moth, emerges from the chrysalis at the last moment. Mr. Miracle. His anti-gravity discs bring Mr. Miracle quickly up alongside his old brave and bold comrade. What in Hades are you doing here? Answer in due time, Batman. You've encountered my beloved wife, Big Barda, and my devoted aide, Oberon. As the man known as Scott Free, the world's greatest escape artist, alights, last we met was inside the lost tomb of Atum, Egypt's legendary first pharaoh. Aye, our team-up is well remembered. Since then, Big Barda and I married and went to live in New Genesis after escaping the vengeance of Darkseid, deadly ruler of dread Apocalypse. But in New Genesis, life was too serene. How I missed the roar of the crowd, the challenge of making impossible escapes. And back here on Earth, people called me a charlatan, a cheating trickster. I had to come back to prove myself, to triumph and silence the doubters. I chose this place where often my act caused 20,000 hearts to stop. It's the perfect time. It's the perfect test tube for sharpening my escape techniques and a haven for the three of us to avoid the outside world until the right moment. But my skills need still more practice, and yet more. I must surpass even the great Houdini. Oberon, ready for the man in the tank bit? Ready, Scott, lad? And his Batman watches in fascination. Amazing. He's been in there 5 minutes. Must be a secret air supply. No way. From Eastern factors, he learned yoga control of breathing. He can stay under almost 10 minutes without air. Mr. Miracle is no fraud, just an escaping that's metal mesh sack took years of contortion, study, and practice. My husband is a very special man. He's driving himself to the outer limits for his comeback. But he needs time, privacy. Please, you won't reveal we are here, living, working in this haven. Okay, Big Barda, I owe him that. I've got a date with the oil royalty. Can't be late. Not long after Gotham City Airport, where a sleek jet has landed, and now, as sirens wail and men finger gun triggers, perhaps a half an hour later, while your double enters the city in that motorcade, Your Majesty, we do our act as delivery men. It is very amusing but necessary. Batman, I know I am the best of hands. Thanks, Shah. Now I'll lock you in and we'll be on our way. As the innocent-looking van makes a few more stops to fool any interested observers, shortly as the motorcade with its bulletproof limousine draws up before a posh Midtown hotel, many blocks north at a secluded walled estate near the park. Okay, Your Majesty, we're here. And shocking finish to part one, bigger than Blockbusters part two. I have the Shah, you've got the dirty clothes. Oh no. The hag behind the gun. It is later, and consternation reigns as Gotham City Police Headquarters. Incredible, the Shah snatched as if by magic. Your crazy scheme backfired into a disaster. Not magic, Commissioner. I've doped out how the abductors did it. At a pickup stop, a sack of laundry from a hotel's upper floor drops down the chute and into the van, its special roof hatch. Next, the armed abductor emerges from the sack and the Shah's helpless prisoner. Then the Shah is easily hustled back out the hatch, maybe at a red light stop, and I'm completely unaware. Solved the padlock door's mystery. Solved. The Shah's gone, missing, kidnapped. The White House calling. Good blazes. Yes, sir, Mr. President. You were just contacted by someone claiming to have kidnapped the Shah? I know, sir. If he doesn't sign the treaty, our defenses are in danger. Deadly danger. You want to know if it's true? If the Shah is really missing? Batman, what shall I tell the President? For God's sake, are you listening, Batman? Only we two knew about the laundry truck scheme. We discussed it over this very phone. Aha, bug. Give me the phone. Batman speaking, sir. No, the Shah is perfectly safe. The kidnappers got a double. The real Shah was in the limousine. It was a switch on a switch to fool them. An eavesdropping bug on my own phone. Unbelievable. The Shah will sign the treaty as scheduled. I guarantee it, sir. Yes, goodbye, Mr. President. You lied to the President? A white lie to trick the kidnappers. Now they won't be sure they got the genuine Shah. They'll have to snatch his double, too. When they do, we'll be back in the ball game. But first I need another player. Hang tight, Commissioner. I may hang up my badge forever. The Shah has been abducted. We failed our country, the free world. Despite the outward calm, the Batman knows he plays for the highest stakes of his fabulous career. War or peace soon. You want me to help you rescue the Shah? Sorry, Batman. I helped you once, but now my own life comes first. And inside the labyrinth of tunnels and equipment beneath the vast abandoned arena, I must practice. I'm almost ready for my comeback. If I can't appeal to your patriotism, Miracle, how about your professional pride? Duel of escape artists. If I win, you help me save the Shah. You're good, but not in my class. Name me a trap. How about the human icicle? Using the equipment that ices the arena floor for hockey games. A cool idea, Batman. Ha ha. Ice away, Oberon, but stand ready to quick thaw our friend here. In seconds, the spray of numbing, immobilizing cold engulfs the duo. A polar bear couldn't bust out of that icy cocoon. But Scott will be free in a jiffy. And the next moment, My new Genesis Oberon Batman's out first. And as Mr. Miracle follows a half a minute later, you won. How? My professional secret, Miracle. Obviously, your practice is no substitute for the real thing. But you'll get plenty of that helping me spring the Shah. Phew, it worked. The thermal battery pack in my utility belt kept the ice from really hardening. Had to trick Miracle, but I need him for a good cause. And so a great brave up bold team up in a reborn with world peace hanging in the balance. Later that night, the Shah, Mr. President, is asleep in his bed at the Gotham Towers with guards posted outside his room. And plenty of guards in the halls above the room. Only clear sky. Here is absolutely safe, sir. And as the long night goes on, well, Bruce, boy, you've played a lot of roles in your life, but the world's richest ruler is a new one. This has to work. Then the four-poster begins to rise slowly toward the high ceiling. Grappling hooks. The skylight's been removed. And almost like some fantasy from a child's storybook. U.S. Air Force. Quickly the bed and its lone occupant are winched aboard the hovering copter. And now speed away into the night. Keep calm, Your Majesty. There's no one to help you. Put this on. And as the whirlybird heads southeast, Abel Fox flight to base, heading home after routine Shah security patrol over Gotham. Base to Abel Fox flight. Watch for any suspicious aircraft in the area. A helicopter disguised as an Air Force craft flits through this night and suddenly plunges downward. We're diving toward the sea. Stand by for watertight travel impact in 9 seconds. Exactly 9 seconds later, the copter plunges beneath the waves. We're moving like a sub. The rotors adjusted to the hydraulic pitch. What organization. What amazing hardware. Moving toward a glow of lights from the depths of the copter's sub soon approaches. A wreck. It's the heavy cruiser Gotham City sunk by Nazi sub in the war. Shortly, the disguised Batman finds himself inside the vast interior of a long-sunken warship. Part of the wreck's been converted into a secret lair, loaded with gadgetry, air-making machines, the works. Now, maybe I'll see who's behind all this and why. The real Shah. Greetings, Your Highness. If you truly are the Shah, and not a counterfeit, isokinetics. You get comic book savers and you catch more fish. Because Batman and Robin say so. You see, I have provided a throne and royal comforts which benefits the world's wealthiest ruler. But which of you should rightfully sit on the throne? That fatal truth we shall soon learn. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gigi, or Granny Goddess, to those who know and relish evil of the highest style. What a blood-curdling dame. Yes, it's Batman's first meeting with Granny Goddess, the grim old witch of Apocalypse, who often hunted and hounded Mr. Miracle in the past. You wonder why I abducted you both? I asked for no ransom. As you know, I did it for something far more precious, youth and beauty. Yes, dear old Granny hungers to be young again. Have the beauty to drive men mad like this dummy. That was the bargain I made with America's rival power. Kidnap the Shah, stop the treaty in return for the ounce of youth. One of their scientists, a certain Dr. Kiev, perfected a youth-giving serum, but it takes years to make 1 ounce, enough for one old body. It's rarer than radium, priceless as Parkseed's tears. How long and hard I planned this high crime, and now I'm ready to reap my just reward. But first, Granny must be sure she is not tricked that one of you, the true Shah, unless you identify yourselves positively, my loyal grandson will begin shooting. The rest of the men attend your duties. I will handle these two. She's mad as a sick snake. The Shah, he's cool and gutsy, but I can't risk his life. My duty is to save him. Ready? Aim. Stop. I'm your man. Shoot me. Hee. This proves the other one is the authentic ruler of Karkan, or else you'd never offer your own life, Batman. No need to masquerade now. Your offer is wasted, Batman. My contract is for the Shah, dead or alive. I'll deliver you both dead and collect my ounce of youth. Ha ha, soon I shall savor the joys of love and beauty. Again, waltz me around. Again, Darkseid, ha ha ha. Enough levity, kill them both for dear old Granny. The machine gun swivels at the double target and the super escape artist to the rescue in the nick. But can he and Batman evade the final trap? Let's find out. Part 3. You. How? Where? For once, you're almost speechless, which I stowed away in the bottom of the bed, which you so helpfully hijacked from the Shah's room. I entered here via the air vent. Kid stuff for me. So we tangle again. It'll be like the old days in Apocalypse. I teaching an orphan rebel pain and discipline. No, Granny, I'm free of your harsh tyranny forever. We're taking His Royal Highness out to safety, and even you can't stop us. Move toward the door, gentlemen. No, you don't. Quick thinking with that karate chop. Shah! Even a monarch must know the martial arts. Besides, she didn't expect it from me. The way's clear. Stay close and move fast. But as the trio races down the myriad of passageways of the wrecked hulk, they got the message. Keep going. Somehow, unscathed, the three reach another section of the ship. My probe beams reveal the other side of the bulkheads clear of traps and Granny's goons. Let's go. Not sure what part of the ship we're in, but we'll find a way out. Excuse me. What's that I hear? Sounds like water jets letting in the sea. Hee hee. Granny goodness. I'd know that hag's cackle in my coffin. Miracle. We need just that. A miracle. His Majesty will drown. I'm working on it, Batman. Got to adjust my finger lasers. And as the Escape Master's ingenious costume powers go into action, it's working. I'm converting the water by electrolysis into two chemical elements, oxygen and hydrogen. Amazing, the water is receding. Enough for us to reach the ladder and see where it leads. Soon, where the ladder spirals onto the higher level of the derelict, this is where the ship's frogmen were quartered. Look, one aqualung is still operational. Batman, sooner or later, Granny's hyenas will catch up to us. With this scuba using the buddy system, you and the Shah can reach the surface safely. But what about you? I'll take my chances. Somebody has to cover the rear. Get ready. I don't like it, but the Shah's safety has top priority. As Mr. Miracle's laser cut a man-sized hole in the ship's side, passing the breathing mask back and forth between them, the unlikely duo of Batman and the world's richest ruler rise slowly. And justice for all includes children of 5, whatever that means. There you go. And here we go. While back inside the ship, Mr. Miracle's helmet circuitry, born of Apocalypse, picks up. Granny to all squads. Batman and the Shah heading for the surface. Sea sled pursuit. Blast. They'll never make it before those sleds catch up. Gotta stop pursuit before it starts, but how? His probe beams darting into hidden holes and chambers as he runs. Mr. Miracle suddenly halts. Behind that bulkhead, the old powder magazine for the cruiser's main gun batteries. Powder's dry and ignitable after all this time. It's drastic, but the only way they'll have a chance to escape. The searing lasers pass through the solid steel focus on the explosive behind. The sea itself erupts with cataclysmic fury. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. While far above, the two fugitives are tossed safe and clear. Not long after, aboard a passing fishing boat, gone, Granny Goodness and her nest of vipers. But so's Mr. Miracle. Even he couldn't survive that. He was a brave man. I shall always be grateful. Thanks, Your Majesty. Miracle, how did you? That, as you yourself once said, friend, is a professional secret. Couldn't resist needling him, but it was my cape forming an invulnerable fib droid cocoon that saved me. And then sometime later, well, the Shah signed the treaty, and the world's unaware he was ever kidnapped. Oh, Scott, I can't believe that awful hag, Granny Goodness, will never haunt our lives again. Nor can I, Barter, love, but what bothers me most is I made a great comeback, escaping from that wreck, and nobody saw it. Maybe it was for the best. After all, what could you do for an encore? The end. Alrighty, and that was The Brave and the Bold, Batman and Mr. Miracle, number 128 from 1976. I hope you enjoyed that little reading. Now, don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And as Papa, Batman, Mr. Miracle, and Granny Goodness always say,
That was easy.
until next time, Papa is out.